that discussed the National Adi Sankara mission in the context of the location or the discovery of Kaladi and Melpalur Mana in Kerala, I had mentioned that I would talk about additional new places and temples and mathas connected to Shankara. And so this video is in continuation of the fact that I would be revealing further new information. Second point is that there exists, as you all know, a trail. Now, we don't have an exact map, etc. There is a trail of where Shankara walked across this nation, probably several times, maybe 2 or 3 times. We don't have, as of date, an exact idea of where all he went, but there is a general idea of a trail across this nation from the data gathered from the Sankara Vijayas. This trail obviously has a leg within Kerala, and it goes north from Kerala into Karnataka and deep further south into Tamil Nadu, the trail of Shankara. So I would like to tell you about the trail specifically in Kerala today, and there are a lot of new places and information that you will find that are connected with Shankara. And I'll try to point out as much information as possible within the time constraints that we have about these places. And if somebody is interested to learn more about these places, you can reach out to us by this email, search for shankara@gmail.com, or this particular phone number. Now, here is the Adi Sankara trail within Kerala. The trail stretches across the length, that means north to south. There are legs that go east and west as well. However, I have chose to just list some of the important places. There are other places which take you, for example, deep into Palakkad, etc. I have not I have sort of disregarded those for the moment for certain specific reasons. Now, along the north-south corridor, there are several places connected with Shankara. These places, there may be temples that either Shankara consecrated or where Shankara had an influence on, maybe set up the worship practices, or where he just worshipped at. There are also houses, several houses. Right? So we start with the south. Here, excuse me, this is not the southern part of Kerala. This is actually a central part of Kerala. But for our purposes, this is south compared to Malappuram. So here we are near, south of Ernakulam in Veliyanar, about 47 kilometers south of Kaladi. This is Melpalur Mana. Right? This is supposed to be the birthplace of Sri Shankara. Near that is the Chotanikara temple. We'll discuss these places at length. And then there is the place where the Kanakadara Stotra was sung, which is the Swarnatumana. Going on further to Kaladi, you all are well aware of Kaladi. And then as we go a little bit northwest, you reach Kodungalur Bhagavati, where Shankara is said to have installed a Sri Chakra and worshipped there. Further north, you reach Thrissur, the Vadakanathan temple, which you are all familiar with. I think I have described Guruvayur in another video. If not, we will talk about the connection of Shankara to Guruvayur. And further north, just a bit north, is Mukutala, which is place which is the place where Shankara has installed several images, and actually several temples basically have been installed, consecrated by Shankara, about 5 or 6 of them. And further north, as you reach Malappuram, is Kadampuram, Bhagavati temple, which also is a temple consecrated by Shankara. So these are some of these things would be pretty new to you. I expect them to be new because this is not widely publicized. Some people within Kerala know bits and pieces of it, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. Now, near Kaladi, the trail gets very dense. Means that there are several legs, all around, in and around Kaladi. Right? There are several places connected with Shankara, which again is not publicly known. So, this particular video will be the first part where we will talk about places across Kerala. And in the second video, we will specifically talk of the places in and around Kaladi. Right? Um, Now, whenever I have actually near Kaladi, I encountered uh, temples where, I would be told there were some people who walk along this trail connected to Shankara. They were here maybe half an hour ago and they have left. And this has happened to me 3, 4 times near Kaladi. Not within Kaladi, but near Kaladi, very close to Kaladi. And I would ask who these people are, and I would be told they are not aware of who they are. So there is some group of people that walk along this trail. How far they go? Do they go north? Do they go all across Kerala? I don't know. If any of you are out there, you speak Malayalam, you know more about it, please uh, do get back to me and give me the information. And I'm very keen. Now we are aware in various states, right? People walk, the length and breadth going to temples. For example, in the north, there are the Kanvaryas who walk, carrying those pots on their shoulder, and they go all the way. I understand from Bihar up to Kedarnath and other places of Lord Shiva in Uttarakhand. When you go to Maharashtra, the Varkaris, thousands of them. Kanvaryas also several thousand walk, right? In the trail which takes them to the abode of Shiva in Uttarakhand, abodes of Shiva in Uttarakhand. Likewise, in Maharashtra, there are thousands of people who walk along, from Dehu and Alandi, they walk along the road for several days, right? And until they reach Pandharpur. They are the Varkaris of Maharashtra. We see something similar in Tamil Nadu as well, where people walk to Samayapuram, they walk to um, Tiruchendur, um, and other places. Unfortunately, in the case of Shankara, we do not know who these devotees are, how long they walk, what actually does this trip entail. Um, but I don't think the number is huge. Maybe, a handful, a dozen, something like that. Because let us really say this aloud. I don't think we appreciate Shankara. I don't think we appreciate the fact that had he not rejuvenated Sanatana Dharma, it would not be in the form and shape that it is today. And had he not, you know, re so had he not consecrated and uh, set up worship across the country, there would not be as many worship places. Of course, we are all indebted to him for his philosophical works, right? The Bhashyas on Advaita, and more so the stotras that he composed along his route to various deities, which are very musical and some of them are very captivating. Right? So I think that Shankara is underappreciated. I don't think that there are people, I don't think there are many people who would say, I am a devotee of Adi Shankara. They may say, well, we belong to XYZ Matha and, we are devotees of the Acharya of that particular Matha. But not many people, I think, revere Adi Shankara. And that is because we don't know anything about him. We are absolutely in the dark about him. And not much information about him has come out, except whatever, sort of highly um, poetic, meaning that the information, unreliable information from the Sankara Vijayas, which is not very reliable. So we don't have a good biography of Shankara. We don't have an idea of him as an individual. How did he look? What was his, what were his traits? What were the people that went with him? Where all did he go? What did he do? His achievements are towering. We don't have a national monument to Shankara. That's a very big tragedy in our nation. Because without him, Sanatana Dharma would not have survived in the way it has thus far. He was the one who essentially single handedly rejuvenated Sanatana Dharma at a very crucial juncture. Now, you're all aware that as I said earlier, the trail of Shankara extends into Karnataka. So you reach places like Srirangapatna and Shivanasamudra, where he is said to have installed Sri Chakra or has actually consecrated temple. And likewise, that is in the north, and that goes all the way up to Gokarna and beyond to Kashi, etc. And in the south, it goes all the way to Kanyakumari, but en route via Suchindram. Suchindram is closely associated with Shankara. And as you are aware, Suchindram was part of the erstwhile state of Travancore and likely was part of the bigger part of Kerala in the past. It only in the last 40, 50 years, it's been amalgamated into Tamil Nadu. So let us look at this trail within Kerala and look at some of the temples. You may not be aware of this particular temple. It is the Rama temple, very close to this place where Shankara is said to have been born. In the Nambudiri tradition, the firstborn is always born in the maternal house. So this temple is not far from, say, 4 to 6 kilometers from the maternal house, and this place is supposedly the place where Shankara sang the uh, Rama Bhujanga Stotra, where he refers to Rama as the essence of the Vedas, or the Marai in Tamil, as we would call it. As per the legend, the place is called Tirumarayur. Okay, so Tirumarayur Rama temple, and that's where Shankara is said to have sung the Rama Bhujanga Stotra. And here, I was quite lucky to have stumbled upon an ancient marker where we see Shankara in a posture of being given sannyasa under the image of Yoga Dakshinamurti. His maternal house is not more than 4 kilometers from this Tirumarayur Rama temple. That's about 15th, 16th century evidence. Notwithstanding that, it's a very important evidence connected to Shankara. Then there is Totanikara Bhagavati temple, where excuse me, Shankara is said to have brought the Jyotis from Mukambika and installed them there. There are a lot of legends. One of the Melpadur Mana, Padur Mana, extended Padur families of Shankara were the hereditary trustees of this temple. That is another sort of giveaway. Uh, I have not been able to locate hard evidence in Chotanikara because the temple has been completely renovated. it's essentially a modern temple. So there is not much hard evidence that we can locate, but I think much more studies would be required. We all know about the Sri Krishna temple in Kaladi, so I won't belabor the point. When we go further north, we reach Vadakanathan temple in Trishur, and there, this is the Shankachakra. So this is in the Kerala tradition. They say that this is the final resting place of Shankara. So it is marked by the conch, and the conch and the discus, and there is an enclosed wall around it. There is a temple that dedicated to Shankara on the grounds, but that is a recent temple, about 1980s or so. But most importantly, earliest evidence regarding Shankara, 11th century image of Shankara being blessed by Vyasa, was discovered as part of this National Adi Sankara mission, right on the Sri Kovil wall. And in addition to that, there is a inscription of about 1150 CE about the Shankar Parampara of Kerala, very close to that, not near that inscription, but in the Ganapati shrine within this temple, you see that particular inscription. It's an important inscription which I happened to chance upon. And the translation was readily available, and some epigraphists also helped me in understanding it. So there is solid evidence. And of course, there are legends connecting Shankara to Vadakanathan. So all the context sort of, all these pieces of evidence fit into the context of the legends, so to speak. This is this place where the strongest evidence regarding Shankara was found in Kerala, barring Suchindram. Suchindram is also important. Guruvayur, there is hard evidence regarding Shankara in the form of worship practice, a spot marked where Shankara is supposed to have sort of literally fallen down. And there is the worship practices, there are legends. It's very clear that Shankara was connected to Guruvayur when Guruvayur was not such an important temple. You all will appreciate that Guruvayur became an important temple only after around the 17th century or so. It may be 16th or 17th. The date sort of skips my mind. This is when Melpattur Narayana Bhattatri composed the Narayaniam in Guruvayur. After that, it became famous. Before that, it was not such a famous Krishna or Vishnu temple. Yet, from early times, Sri Shankara is intimately associated with Guruvayur. Not many of us are aware of that. And a little bit further north, just a bit further north, is Mukti Sthala, now corrupted as Mukutala. Okay. There, Shankara has, as per the legends, Shankara has established 5 temples. 3 to Bhagavati, Vishnu, that is Narsimha, Shiva, Shasta, etc. Now, you can see that there is even today a respect for Shankara. You will find photographs, with lamps lit, all his works kept in some of these temples within in Mukutala. They have built an image, a modern image to Shankara, and lamp is always lit there. And when you look at the legend and when you look at the worship practice there, you can come away with the conclusion that Shankara was intimately associated with this temple. Yet, we have only some small piece of evidence connecting it back to the early period. And there is an image that was discovered by myself there, taking us to an early period. But I still can't say with sort of clear conscience that definitely I have the hard evidence there. So these are the kind of pieces we are looking for. So I'm just giving you an example. We are hunting around, trying to find the places which are connected to Shankara as per legends, going there, finding the evidence. And when we find several pieces of evidence in a place, we know that we are close to an important site connected to Shankara, which we have to excavate. Now in the north, there is a very ancient image that of Bhagavati in an obscure temple, Kukani Kad Kavu, Bhagavati. And the family was so kind. All the family trustees, and the people who are managing this temple, small temple, were so kind to me. I mean, their kindness is inexplicable. They showed me everything that I could see, and I could conclude from there. There is a very ancient Bhagavad, very ancient Bhagavati image, and Shankara is said to have installed that Bhagavati image. But and then there is this very famous Kadambura very close by. I mean, the other place, Kuttanikad Kavu, is very difficult to find. By the way, you can't find it on a map. But Kadambura is famous. Everybody, a lot of people go to Kadambura Bhagavati temple. I don't understand the reason why one temple becomes so famous while the other doesn't. This is directly, this temple Kadambura is directly attributed to Shankara. So there are images of the Devi. Okay, there's a lot about it, and then there is a image of Narasimha which he has installed across it. Um, Here there are legends. I have seen the Garbhagriha as much as I can, but I think that we have to do a lot more research to conclude thoroughly, what the connection is. Some places, as I said, Tirumarayur, clear connection, very close to Adi Sankara or the Chinmaya International Foundation, basically to Melpadu Mana. And Vadakanathan and Guruvayur, we can say with certainty these are connected to Shankara. Other places, legends are there. Some small pieces of evidence here, there we can find, but we have to really sharpen. I would say that we have to sharpen our spade, because in an archaeological term, the power and the spade that we have to use, right, to dig. So we really have to hunt above the surface, and when we are very close, we'll have to excavate. But there is a lot which people are not aware of, right? Now about the houses connected to Shankara. So basically, I will say that you have 5 houses connected to Shankara. This is the maternal house of Shankara, which I alluded to on the map. It is called Melpadurmana. It is 47 kilometers south of Kaladi. There is late evidence here connecting this particular Melpadurmana to Shankara and Aryamba also. The earlier evidence, several pieces of evidence are outside this mana. It is not uncommon. You will not always find the evidence within the same place. However, a lot more work uh, is required to be done within Melpadur Mana and also outside Melpadur Mana and other places which are connected to Melpadur Mana. And hopefully, with the good offices of the Chinmaya International Foundation, hopefully we can do this, right, with their permission and their good offices. We are not sure at this point. And then a very important house close to Kaladi in Kidangur, Angamali, is the house of Kaipilli Mana. Okay, Kaipilli Mana is the paternal or the father's house of Sri Shankara. Right? This actually, I would say, is probably a modern house, meaning it's probably 100 years old. Next to it, sorry, at the entrance itself, they have the shrine of Vettukoruvan, which is basically Virata Murti, right? A form of Shiva. And the family, very religiously worships this particular deity. In Melpadmana also, in the important deity is Vettukoruvan. Okay, very surprising, right? Anyway, this is a modern structure, about 100 years old. However, they have been kind enough to take me and show me the foundations of earlier ancestral houses of theirs. So 100, this is 100, before 100, right? 300 years ago, I have been fortunate to go see those foundations. Now, there are other pieces of evidence in that area, ancient ruins and temples, which I have still not been able to locate. The family says they are there. We have to go and survey and explore and excavate and find those things. It will tie Shankara in a very nice way to the area in and around Kaladi. So Please don't confuse. This is the Kaipilli Mana. Now, another house, two houses closely connected to Shankara are the Kapilli Mana. Kapilli. This is Kaipilli, this is Kapilli, and the Talayatumbilli. Now, this is the ancestral, within the ancestral home of Kaipilli Mana, they have temples to their family deities. These temples are worshipped by them. I do not want to comment on what these temples are. Uh, I have written about them in a paper of mine because it will require quite a bit of time to go over it. This is their Nilavara, the place where they used to store grains, which is above the ground. Below that is the Ara in the basement. And this is all wood. Right? And they have worship in all these places here and in other places in their house. And this is an important family. This family, Kapilli Mana, together with Talayatumbilli Mana, which lives, both these families live in Kaladi. These two families are said to have helped Shankara do conduct the cremation of Aryamba. And that is why these two families, they probably are somehow associated with Shankara's family because they are said to have lived in the vicinity. They are families that lived in. So there must have been some sort of relationship through marriage, etc. We do not know. We have not been able to find out the connection. It's in the process. We are in the process of studying all this. So these two families, this family lives nearby within Kaladi, and this family actually has maintained the spot of their ancestral home. It had become dilapidated. They had no choice but to remove it, but that they have carefully preserved that plot. That plot would probably have a lot of information, within it. If we are able to excavate, they grant the permission. Obviously, it is their private property. And if we, after doing a thorough surface survey, we deem it fit to be excavated, it might be worth, looking at it in terms of excavation. I would say that somewhere between Melpadur Mana and Kaladi, in between about 20 kilometers south of Kaladi, 22 kilometers or so south of Kaladi by road, is the Punnarkot Mana or the Swarnattu Mana. Now they have marked a spot where Shankara is said to have sung the Kanakadara Stotra and received the shower of golden gooseberries, Nellika, right? Amla, right? Golden Amla. Now, this is a very beautiful sort of porch of the Punnarkot or the Swarnatamana. They have extensive grounds. It's a massive, massive mansion. The history of it has to really be studied. There is a thesis done by a student of Christ College from Irinalakuda. It's a bachelor's thesis. It's well done, well done. That she has attempted, I would say, the first attempt to study the history of the Punnar Kotumana. There might be studies in Malayalam, but she is the first one who has brought it out in English. So there are many houses along this trail, and if you go further north near Malappuram, you will find Padmapada's ancestral houses. There's a lot in Kerala connected to Shankara, which we are not aware of at this point. We have not been aware of. There are several mathas which are connected to Shankara. I would say that there are 5 mathas in Kerala connected to Shankara. I will try to rattle them off one by one. They are all centered around Trishur. Okay. Later on, they have migrated north and south. So, Tekke Madam is in Trishur. I don't have a photograph, even though I have visited Tekke Madam. They have been very supportive of my work, and they too are doing a lot to to uphold Shankara's tradition and also propagate his works and his name. So Tekke Madam is in Trishur. Then here, this building is the Naduvil Matham, which is headquartered in Thrissur, but these Shankara Parampara acharyas are known as Mopil Swamiyas. Okay, they are called Swamiyas, or Mopil meaning the current Swamiya. So the Swamiyar of Naduvil Matham spends most of its time in this Matham in Thiruvananthapuram. I will come to the reasons why. And here is one ancient Adhishthanam. This is within that particular building. So they worship these Adhishthanams which are near the Matham. And this is the most important for them. This is Vilvamangalam Swamiyar's Adhisthana, which Achyuta Bharati Swamigal, should say probably Sri Achyuta Bharati Swamigal, the current Madhadipati of Neduvil Matham, along with his assistants, worships with great reverence and devotion the Samadhi of Vilvamangalam Swamiya. He's a great scholar, and he has been very kind and supportive to me as well. And within Kerala, you will find, so as far as Vilvamangalam Swamiyar goes, this particular Vilvamangalam Swamiyar, there were probably two Vilvamangalam Swamiyars. This particular Vilvamangalam Swamiyar, not a direct descendant of Shankara, but he is one removed as per the Kerala tradition. That is, he was the second in line, and you will find his image in Guruvayur facing Shankara, highly revered Vilvamangalam Swamiyar. Now, in Kerala, you will find, I'll tell you the other madams, I'm sorry. So, in Thrissur, Tekke Madam, Naduvil Madam, but Naduvil Madam actually sits, the Swamiyar sits here. And then there is the Tirkai Kata Madam, which is in Malappuram now. It was in Thrissur. A lot of transformations, mutations, and finally reached Thrissur. And then Edanir Matham, even further north in Kerala. And Edanir Matham also, it's sort of it morphed out of one of Thrissur Mathams and reached there. And there is a Matham all the way south, believe it or not. It is headquartered in a place called Manchira. Manchira is actually in Tamil Nadu in Kanyakumari district. But these are Nambudri Swamiyars. So his Matham is there, but he moves within Kerala. And so these are the five Mathams, Sankara Parampara Mathams of Kerala. Even in Suchindram, I found an Adhisthana. I was really shocked. There is mislabeling right now because the temple now has been handed over to authorities in Tamil Nadu. They are not aware of what these things are. The maximum inscriptions of Shankara Parampara I found in a temple near in Suchindram, close to the Stanamalaya temple. I found them in a place called Dwarakayam Puruman temple. More than 11 inscriptions connected to the Shankara Parampara. That actually opened my eyes completely. I want to say an important piece about the Naduvil Matham Swamiya. He is given, of course, Munchira Matham Swamiyar is also given the right to conduct Pushpanjali within the Padmanabha Swami temple. So you can see the Swamiyar walking every day with a lamp bearer in front of him. It's a small, short walk, maybe 700, 800 yards, maybe even less, where he walks, goes in, performs Pushpanjali, and comes back and then worships here. Then there is the personal puja of the Matha, very beautiful puja that he has. Likewise, K. Madam Swamigal is the Pushpanjali Swamiya of the Vadakanathan temple in Thrissur. Right? So here you have it, where the two important temples, Kerala, one Shiva, Vadakanathan. Pushpanjali Swamiyar is from Sankara Parampara, and he's from Tekkemadam. And here you have in Thiruvananthapuram two Swamiyars, one from Neduvil Matham primarily, the other one from Manchira Matham, who conduct the Pushpanjali of Vishnu in the Thiruvananthapuram Padmanabha Swami temple. So, important positions. But you see, there is no Veda of Shiva or Vishnu as Shankara would, have it, and as it is in Kerala. That is the greatness of what you see. I'm sure this is all new information. I will just briefly touch upon Suchindram because Suchindram is an ocean as far as we are concerned. Suchindram is an ocean. There is just so much. There is a Purana in Tamil, there is a Purana in Malayalam, in Saraswati Mahal. I saw the Purana in Sanskrit on ancient, you know, something like, ancient parchment paper or something like that. So we have Puranas in multiple languages in Suchindram, which talk about Shankara having experienced. This is a Nataraja image here within Suchindram, where Shankara is said, not this particular Nataraja image. There is one called, there is a Nataraja Mandapam there. So it's sort of a mixture between the Kerala and Tamil um, tradition here, because we are at the border of Tamil Nadu. And you actually see Shankara is supposed to have experienced the dance of Shiva Nataraja in Suchindram and experienced bliss. Right? I mean, you can clearly see Shankara's handiwork everywhere in Suchindram. So I don't want to bore you with all the details, but there is a lot. Worship practice, stotra sung to the Lord. There is Yoga Dakshinamurti, where very close to the main Sthanumalaya shrine under the ancient Konrai tree and all that. So it's like Shankara all over Suchindram, right? His footprints, his handiwork all over Suchindram. So that is what it is. So I hope you learned something from this about the fact that there is so much in Kerala which we were not aware of regarding Shankara, and so many connections. So this is generally regarding Kerala. The next video will talk specifically only about Kalani. So if you have any questions, please send an email. You can leave a comment. You can subscribe to this channel, and also if you wish, you can call. You're most welcome to call. Uh, Thank you very much.